welcome to day 10 of Vlogmas. Today I thought it would be fun to do a home library tour. This is definitely my favourite part of my home and I feel very fortunate to have a space like this. And yeah, I just thought it would be fun to kind of show you how I organise my books and what this looks like, because it's often used as a background. But I'll start off by opening today's advent calendar. So today is the 8th of December, so let's see what little book we have today. We have Peter Pan. Oh, I'm obsessed with this calendar. But anyway, let's get on with the tour. So here is kind of an initial overview of what it looks like. The very first shelf behind my door is my fantasy bookshelf. At the very top at either end, I have these bookends I got in IKEA. I think they were like £1.50, and these two little flower pots were also from IKEA as well. They came in a pack of 3, but I'm not too sure where the third one has gone. I have read the majority of the books that are up here on this top shelf. The only ones that I haven't read yet are Nature's Tribute, Wolf Song, The Alpha's Son, The Poppy Walk, Foxglove, and then the 3 on the end. So actually maybe I've only read half of them. And this one, if I can show you without dropping everything, is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, but I love having the sprayed edges out. So that is the top shelf. Then moving to the next shelf down, we have some more sprayed edges. This little trinket I got in like a local card shop, but my all-time favourite book is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I have this illustrated anniversary edition that I'm obsessed with. And then I just have some more sprayed edges. I have a Morley Grey Drive sign which I printed myself, which you can get on my Etsy store, which if I remember I will leave a link to down below. And then we have some more sprayed edges. So that one, and that one are all Fairy Loot. This one is Smut and Sip, and those two were like editions from supermarkets. If I remember correctly, that is Seven Deadly Fawns. I can't think of the name of that, but it's by J.T. Geisinger. Savage Blooms, Blood Oath, To Cage a Wild Bird, and The Starlight Air. Then moving down, this is my Fairy Loot shelf, except this one, this is the Locked Library. I won that one in a giveaway. And actually no, those two aren't Fairy Loot, they are just special editions from Waterstones, and that is a Smut and Sip as well. But I just love having all of the sprayed edges on show. I have this little dagger thing which I just think looks kind of cool, and then these two little toadstools are from, I don't know how to pronounce the shops, I'm probably saying it really wrong, but it's like Sosterine Green. It's fairly new to the UK, I think it's all around Europe. But yeah, I have the Fairy Loot Romantasy subscription, so here are all the Fairy Loot books, obviously other than those couple, but this might be my favourite shelf. Then moving down, I have some series together. Well, actually on top of that I have a tiara that I actually wore to my school prom a long time ago, and a little dragon jelly cat. So I have some series that are all together, and then I have the rest of my fantasy hardbacks here. A lot of these I haven't read and I am really looking forward to them. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, my friend and I have started a book club together, and that is our pick for January, the very first month, so I'm really looking forward to getting to that one. And then a couple of these are signed, so I won't get them out, but Silver Elite and A Curse for True Love and Brimstone are all signed editions as well, which is exciting. So then moving down again, we have the Vampire Diaries book collection with the originals, and then I have a couple more fantasy books there. And then Blood Flowers and Cinderella Dead are also both signed. I got them signed at Yauk 2 years ago. And then I just have some Sarah J Maas down the bottom, and then a couple more fantasy books. Moving along to the next shelf, above it I have some prints. So the very top two are from Captain of Fates by Catherine Webber, and then I just have some random pictures to brighten up the space. And that was You Can't Buy Happiness But You Can Buy Books, which is the same thing, was a card, and I just thought it was cute, so I stuck it on. This My Happy Place sign was from B&M. This Broken Things Make the Sharpest Weapons print is from When the Moon Hatched. That was when me and my best friend met Emma Lucy, and again me and my best friend with Catherine Webber and Catherine Doyle. This was a print from Emma Lucy's book Live, Ranch, Love. I think that's the right order of the title. And that was a print that came with The Coven by Harper Elwoods from Fairyloot. My friend and I and Kaylin Bayron, again, all of these are at Yalk Pictures, us at Yalk a few years ago. That's another Emma Lucy print that we got when we met her. I have a little sign here for the Mystic Grill and another one for Mystic Falls, if you can't tell, my favourite TV show. And then just like some little trinkets. So then moving down, I have a Jellycat hot chocolate, a mini Toothless. This is supposed to be like Vervain from the Vampire Diaries and an Elijah Michelson candle. And then we have my Zodiac Academy shelf. So I have some more little dragons over here. I have some character candles. I have Darius and Lance, who are my two favourite from Zodiac Academy. I have this little ZA sign that my friend gave me. And yeah, I have almost got the full collection. I just need book 9 and Live and Let Lionel for Zodiac Academy, and then I need book 5 of the Ruthless Boys series, which I'm determined to have by the end of the year so I can finally finish these series. I have this Spooky Spice Cocoa candle, which everyone seems to hate, but I'm obsessed with the smell of it. Like, I wish you could smell it through the camera. It smells like hot chocolate and everyone says it's gross, but my grandma bought it for me because we both really liked it. And then there's just some more little tiny trinkets. There's a little tiny glass bee, Sylvanian family, and just some little Sanrio characters. So coming down, I have my bookmarks. So I have this Mystic Grill cup that I bought on Etsy years ago, and this is full of like freebie bookmarks that I got that match books that I have on my bookshelf. There are many in there for loads of different books, and I have my tabs. And then I have this second one that I painted when I went pottery painting with my friends. We all made these for our bookmarks, but I just wrote there is no such thing as too many books. And then these are all like bookmarks that I have bought or 3D printed and made myself, like this one. But yeah, these are all like bought bookmarks. And then I have some more fantasy books here because my fantasy shelf is now overflowing. So I have some sprayed edges, and these are mostly series that I need to start. I actually don't think I've read anything on this shelf, which is bad. I really need to get to them. So then if we move down again, these 3 books are actually up for sale on my Vinted. They're just there for storage. But we have my manga shelf. I will admit I have only read maybe about 5 of this entire collection. I really do need to get back into reading manga, and I 3D printed, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, some like bookshelf stands so that my mangas can stand up too high, which is a great way of showing them off, but also a great way of saving some space on my shelves. And then I have some random classics here. We have Dracula and Jane Eyre, and then these are arcs. I got 2 copies at Yalk of a stage set for villains, so they're just kind of there, and I'm going to do a giveaway with another one. And then the final shelf on here is kind of like a miscellaneous load of books. So I have some series that I loved as a teenager that I'm trying to recollect, which are all there. I have some arcs, some non-fiction, some books I've been sent, and some more hardbacks that I need to read. And then just kind of piled up at the bottom, I have some more classics. I really do need to organize this space better. Then the next shelf along, I just have some more special editions. I have some cinema roll things. If you couldn't tell, here's my favorite Sanrio character, but I have the special editions of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series and the Heartstopper hardbacks. I then have these bows. I got those in that Sosterine green shop again, and I do want to put them kind of like up along the top, but for the minute they are here, so I will try my best to show you behind there of what's on this shelf. I have another cinema roll and another sign that I 3D printed. Again, I sell these on Etsy. And then I have all my romance sprayed edges on this shelf. Again, I just love having a shelf of all your sprayed edges. I think they look so cool. Moving down, I have this little heart, and then some more little trinkets. I have some Lego flowers and a Funko Pop of Belle, who's reading a book, and a little 3D printed pig. And yeah, I just have the Boys of Tommen series and just some random kind of books that I need to still read. I'm really looking forward to getting to Fairytale. And showing the rest of this is probably going to get quite hard because it's behind another bookcase. But I have this sign that I made at pottery painting, and I really want to hang it up, but I'm so scared it's going to break. So at the minute it just kind of sits on top of my shelves. But here we have just some more series, and I have actually read every single book on this shelf, which I am very proud to be able to say. But this might be the only shelf that I have read everything on. And then moving down, I have some it's mostly young adult shelf, but there are some romances on here as well. And again, I think I've read everything on this shelf other than Heist Royale. So again, that's pretty good. And the lighting's going to get really bad, but here is just some more young adult books. And again, I think I've read every single book on this shelf as well. There's some ARCs, some books I've been sent, but yeah, I keep all my young adult together. Then I really want to get some fake flowers to put in this cowboy boot. I got it because I wanted to paint it, but now I've got it, I'm scared I'm going to ruin it by painting it. So yeah, I want to get some pretty flowers to go in it. And then I have a jelly cat at the top with some other little books. Then moving down is my cowboy romance shelf. So I have all of my Elsie Silver books, Paisley Hope and Lila Sage. And then I have some little trinkets that kind of remind me of cowboys. The hat I think my mum got in the range, it's supposed to be a Christmas tree ornament. The little succulent thing with a smiley face I got in London, but I can't remember the name of the shop. The other succulent was from Primark, and the cactus was like a squishmallow from McDonald's Happy Meal. And then, oh, I just dropped my bows. Moving down, I just have some more cowboy romance because it is my favourite genre, so my collection is getting pretty big. This cowboy hat I think was Primark as well. This cowboy boot was B&M. And then the paperweight was my grandma. She used to collect them, and when she moved we all got to pick some from her collection. So I've got that one, and there's another one that you will see in a minute. And the E I also did at our pottery painting session. Then moving down is half of my hockey romance collection. So I have my Elle Kennedy books, Emily Rath, and then I also have the, what's the series called? Chicago Windy City series by Liz Tom Ford. I have a jelly cat of a snowflake, and then another paperweight, and then another 3D printed street sign. And again, this is going to be really hard to show, but we have some more kind of mix of books. So I have more sports romance. I think they're mostly sports romance on here, aside from the Lauren Asher books. And then I have a bedazzled book. My friend and I think it's back in October, we had a day where we decided to try book bedazzling, and we really enjoyed it. And this is what my one came out with. And yeah, I wanted to kind of have it on display, but I need to rearrange things, so that's what we got for now. And then down the bottom I just have some more random books. We have the After series and a couple of books that are all kind of part of series, but I haven't loved the entire series, so I've only kept a book or two from it, so they're all just kind of on the bottom shelf down there. Then we have my rotating bookshelf, which is super cool. I was sent this from a TikTok shop. I don't know if I have a link to it in my link tree, but if you go to my TikTok, there will be a link to this if you're interested. It is super cool. But on the top here, I have a vampire candle, and then this is my December physical TBR, which I've just kind of got on the top to remind me what I want to try and get through. I don't typically stick to a TBR, but because at the end of the year I have some ARCs that I want to read before the end of the year, some Christmassy books, and yeah, I'm just kind of keeping these here so that I'm drawn to these instead of picking up anything else. So moving down, I have TBR books are all on this shelf, so I haven't read a lot of these. We have some sports romance, a lot of sports romance actually, some fantasy, are we back to the start almost, and then these are more TBR books on the second shelf down. And then the final bottom are all books that I have up for sale on my Vinted that I obviously want to keep in good condition, so they're all just on a shelf here so they don't get damaged. But yeah, these are all up on my Vinted. So that is the rotating bookshelf. And then moving over, we have my reading chair. I just keep a cushion. I want to get some more pretty cushions to go on here to make it super comfy. And I keep a blanket, because when you sit and read, you've got to be snuggled up in a blanket. Then on top, I have just some random like stuffed animals. I have the cinema roll, and then I have another jelly cat, and I have a frog from Build-A-Bear. My friend and I went and got frogs together. Then the windowsill just has a load of random trinkets and things. And now I've got some candles, and then I've got stationery and just some more random things. Then next we have another bookcase, but there aren't actually any books on it at the moment. I just have some more trinkets. I have a phone stand, a candle, and a book light. Then I keep my Disney ears from the Disney parks in here as well, and then one of my lounge flies is in here. The others are all hanging up on my shelf in the hallway. And then I have some more stuffed animals just kind of down the side. And then these shelves are kind of a mess at the minute. I have some old books from my university course, notebooks, my little books from my advent calendar, TBR jar. It's all kind of a mess. Then underneath that, I have these drawers that are not particularly organised, but it is all full of my craft supplies, like paper, stickers, stamps, like, oh, there is a lot of crafty things in here. And then we have our computer. So this is my partner's, but I do use it to study. So as you can see, all of my study stuff is kind of on the side here. But yeah, I don't really know anything about computers, but yeah, this is what we have. And then we are back at the start, and I have this little hanging cloud thing here as well. Yeah, that is my home library tour. Let me know how you organise your books. Do you separate them by genre? Do you sort them by author? Do you have a TBR cart? I did used to have one of those, but it's got all of my stuff that I use for my Etsy store on it now, so that's why I'm using this rotating bookshelf as like a TBR shelf now. But yeah, let me know how you organise your books, or if you have some bookshelf home library tours, then let me know, because I would love to watch them. But thank you so much for watching day 10 of Vlogmas. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again tomorrow for day 11.